granniopteryx, she knows the truth, she's linking every link.
Hello. Well, it turns out that the previous video I made about, now I have to be very careful about my wordage here, that tiny little insignificant problem with a person of unfriendly intent and a synagogue on the Jewish holy day of Yom Kippur. Is that fine for you, YouTube? I'm just asking, because when I put out the previous video, I used this picture here, which is from the BBC website, and I actually blurred out some of the image, and then I got zapped for violent content, which I do not believe. It's not violent content when you blur out the picture. However, it was highly critical of not only Islam, but the Home Office. Do you think that might have had something to do with it? Yeah, anyone who isn't actually operating YouTube. I'm Granniopteryx. Please like this video, even though you have a very angry woman here in front of you. Please share it. Please subscribe to my channel, because YouTube is playing around with my subscription numbers as well. And contribute financially if you feel like it. I don't know how much monetization this is going to get, because I'm going to be saying similar things about the Home Office, just generally. Okay, right, I'll get on with the rest of this video. All right, well, what happened was I discovered my video, which was at first passed. It passed the test, so it was allowed to be monetized. That was the one about the, as I say, the little problem in Manchester. I've got to call it a little problem. I hope you understand why. Anyway, it was allowed to be monetized. There it was, passed all the checks, you know, that's what it said, and it went up. A couple of hours later, I took a look at it, restricted. Restricted why? It passed all the automated tests, and then somehow a human intervened. And I want to, well, I was going to say I want to ask which human intervened. I don't know which human it was, but I assume it was a human that might have come from the Home Office. I shall put a picture up, which I put before, of some population of the Home Office, just randomly from their diversity page, okay? Just in case you're interested in seeing how diverse the Home Office is. And I shall also bring up this article here, which is from Christian Concern. I'm not the only one who worries about Home Office interference in our affairs, apparently. Mike Phillips from the Christian Legal Centre was on the Daily Sceptic discussing the extraordinary case of Maria, a Christian woman who encountered much difficulty seeking asylum in the UK due to Islamic influence in the Home Office. Now, when you think of the numbers of illegal migrants who come here on boats, and most of them, I'd say, would be Muslim of various sorts. And then a legal migrant who is Christian gets rejected by the Home Office. You have to wonder how far the Home Office influence goes. And it would not surprise me at all if the Home Office hadn't been fiddling about with my particular video because of that, and we'll see how far I can go. I'm not mentioning violence, so they can't get me on that now. But as I say, I am accusing the Home Office of interfering with YouTube and my video. All right? Maria, who fled Islamic persecution to seek asylum in the UK, has won the right to remain in the country despite resistance from Islamic elements in the Home Office and evidence of tampering with her application. And we do know that there's a... Hang on a minute, I'm just going to get a reference so you can see I'm not exaggerating here. Here's a page on Gov UK, so this is an official thing. It's not just a side association. It's not just a group of people who just happen to have got together for mutual interest or whatever. The Civil Service Muslim Network is the sole cross-government departmental umbrella network representing and supporting departmental Muslim networks and civil servants. In fact, it's a sort of node centre for all Muslims, and they all go to that and they can all talk together, which is reasonable, but this is not their own association. As I say, a side association, a social network. This is a government, an official government organisation, the Muslim Network. And you cannot tell me that that doesn't have to do with interference in YouTube videos. I have no proof of that. I'm just saying there's a problem here. There was a problem with my video where I was not only talking about the horror of the event in Manchester, but also about the possibility, I just touched on the possibility that the composition of the Home Office might have had something to do with that family being given British citizenship. Now, I said that the name Jihad Ashami was a nom de guerre. Well, I still don't know whether it was or whether it wasn't, but I still believe that that second name, Ashami, is nothing to do with the actual name of the family. I think that is a name they took on when they came here. Those guys from the Levant, you know, I mean, and then they give their son the name Jihad. Yeah. Even if that's the name they gave him, I would say that family is a little bit suspicious. It's like some German family coming here and calling their kid Adolf. You'd be a bit suspicious, wouldn't you? Especially if they called him Adolf and said their second name was von München, from Munich, which is where the Nazi Party started. As the National Socialist German Workers' Party or whatever it was called. You'd have to be a little suspicious of that. Now, if the family came over to Britain and said their name was Ashami, that means from the Levant, and I am personally convinced that that is a false name they gave. And then they came here and they gave their son the name Jihad. Wouldn't you say that's a little bit suspicious of the motives, the upbringing of the family? Now, again, I'm just speculating. 3 people have been arrested, apart from the gentleman at the gates of the synagogue. Yeah, you know, just, I'm trying not to give them an excuse. I hope you understand. An older woman and 2 men. Now, again, speculating, could that older woman have been the mother? Could the 2 men have been his brothers or his cousins or his uncles or something? Yeah? The family. They come here calling themselves Ashami from the Levant and call one of their sons Jihad. And nobody twigged to that? Yeah, right. Okay, so let's see how this video fares. Maria, her story reflects concerns of the growing Islamic influence at the heart of UK government and institutions and raises serious concerns as to whether the UK is or will be a safe place for Christians to seek asylum. Well, as people are saying more and more now, you know, it starts with the Jews, but it never ends there. We've all got to worry about what's going on with the Home Office and their interference in various parts of our daily lives, which we don't notice until we, that is me in this case, puts up a video that's critical of the Home Office, and then I get zapped for violence, for a blurred out picture which I got from the BBC. Right. Okay, well, that's my quick video on, a serious concern, I suppose. Let's see how it goes. Till next time. You can help my channel by subscribing and clicking the notification bell. That's quite important. And by sharing if you're so inclined. Links to my other channels and to donation methods are in the description. But the best way you can help is simply by clicking like and notify. Thank you.